Hi, it's Sue. Thanks for joining me for today's Bible reading for June 29th. Today I'm reading Psalm 80 to 85 from the World English Bible. So we're a little bit over halfway through the Psalms. This is 80 to 85 out of 150 Psalms altogether. And I'm curious how this broadcast is helpful to people. I know for me, the way I listen to I guess you'd call it educational YouTube videos, um, well, I have a variety of ways. Of course, I like to listen when I'm driving or maybe when I'm doing some menial work. I usually listen to the Word at least one of the day's readings first thing in the morning. But the other thing I like to do is one of my pastimes. We don't have a TV, we don't miss it in the least bit. But one of my pastimes is to listen to educational YouTubes in the background while I play my game. It's one of my relaxation activities. So I'll play Freestyle or one of the like solitaire games in the background while I listen. Or I crochet. I like to crochet and listen and pray. So I'm curious how this type of broadcast is helpful to you. If you want to, will you share in the comments how you listen to this type of broadcast, how it's helpful to you? Maybe you have a long drive to work or, use it when you're working out. I'm just curious about that. And also where you may be listening from. If you do that for me today, I'd appreciate it. So let's get started in the reading. Psalm 80 for the chief musician to the tune of the Lilies of the Covenant, a psalm by Asaph. Verse 1. Hear us, shepherd of Israel, you who lead Joseph like a flock, you who sit above the cherubim, shine out. Before Ephraim, Benjamin, and Manasseh, stir up your might. Come to save us. Turn us again, God. Cause your face to shine, and we will be saved. Yahweh, God of armies, how long will you be angry against the prayer of your people? You have fed them with the bread of tears and given them tears to drink in large measure. You make us a source of contention to our neighbors. Our enemies laugh among themselves. So now, here's a thought that came to mind. You make us a source of contention to our neighbors. Did God do that or did they do that to themselves? I'm pretty sure when you read through, like they brought this stuff on themselves. But it says, our enemies laugh among themselves. Turn us again, God of armies, cause your face to shine, and we will be saved. You brought a vine out of Egypt. You drove out the nations and planted it. So I assume he's talking about Israel here. Let me see if that plays out. You brought a vine out of Egypt. You drove the nations and planted it. You cleared the ground for it. It took deep root and filled the land. The mountains were covered with its shadow. Its boughs were like God's cedars. It sent out its branches to the sea, its shoots to the river. Why have you broken down its walls so that all those who pass by want the way pluck it? The boar out of the woods ravages it. The wild animals of the field feed on it. Turn again, we beg you, God of armies. Look down from heaven and see and visit this vine, the stalk which your right hand planted, the branch which you made strong for yourself. It's burned with fire, it's cut down. They perish at your rebuke. Let your hand be on the man of your right hand, on the Son of Man, who you made strong for yourself. Okay, is that a messianic reference right there? Let me read it again. You tell me if you know. Verse 17. Let your hand be on the man of your right hand. Jesus is in the right hand of the Father, the Bible says. On the Son of Man, whom you made strong for yourself. So we will not turn away from you. Revive us, and we will call on your name. Turn us again, Yahweh, God of armies. Cause your face to shine, and we will be saved. Psalm 81, for the chief musician, on an instrument of Gath, by Asaph. Sing aloud to God, our strength. Make a joyful shout to the God of Jacob. Raise a song and bring here the tambourine, the pleasant lyre with the harp. Blow the trumpet at the new moon, at the full moon, on our feast day. For it is a statute for Israel, an ordinance of the God of Jacob. He appointed it in Joseph for a covenant when he went out over the land of Egypt. I heard a language that I didn't know. I removed his shoulder from the burden. His hands were freed from the basket. You called in trouble, and I delivered you. I answered you in the secret place of thunder. I tested you at the waters of Meribah, Selah. Hear my people, and I will testify to you, Israel. Wait a minute, let me say that again. Verse 8. Hear my people, and I will testify to you, Israel, if you would listen to me. There shall be no strange God in you, neither shall you worship any foreign God. I am Yahweh, your God, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people didn't listen to my voice. Israel desired none of me. So I let them go after the stubbornness of their hearts, that they might walk in their own counsels. Oh, that my people would listen to me, that Israel would walk in my ways. I would soon subdue their enemies and turn my hand against their adversaries. The haters of Yahweh would cringe before him, and their punishment would last forever. But he would have also fed them with the finest wheat. I will satisfy you with honey out of the rock. Right, if you've been listening to this channel, you know I've quoted that before. I memorized parts of that last psalm. I guess I left out the middle part, and I memorized the part that said, "Oh, that they would listen to me. I would feed them with the finest wheat, and with honey from a rock I would satisfy them." Isn't that beautiful? This version, this last verse 16 says, "But he would have also fed them with the finest of the wheat. I will satisfy you with honey out of the rock." I just love that. Oh, that my people would listen to me. I feel that way as a parent a lot of times. I'm sure the parents out there can understand that. Psalm 82, a psalm by Asaph. God presides in the great assembly. He judges among the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Selah. Boy, we see that in the world today, don't we? Unjust judges and partiality to the wicked. Verse 3. Defend the weak, the poor, and the fatherless. Maintain the rights of the poor and the oppressed. Rescue the weak and needy. Deliver them out of the hand of the wicked. They don't know, neither do they understand. They walk back and forth in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are shaken. I said, "You are gods, all of you are sons of the Most High. Nevertheless, you shall die like men and fall like one of the rulers." Arise, God, judge of the earth, for you inherit all of the nations. Psalm 83, a psalm by Asaph. God, don't be silent. Don't keep silent, and don't be still, God. For behold, your enemies are stirred up. Those who hate you have lifted up their heads. They conspire with cunning against your people. They plot against your cherished ones. Come, they say, let's destroy them as a nation, that the name of Israel may be remembered no more. There are people on earth saying that now, aren't there? They want Israel wiped off the map. That's never going to happen. Israel is forever. Verse 5. For they have conspired together with one mind. They form an alliance against you. The tents of Edom and Ishmaelites, Moab and the Hagrites, Gebal, Ammon, and Amalek, Philistia with the inhabitants of Tyre, Assyria also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot. Selah. Do to them as you did to Midian, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the river Kishon, who perished at Endor, who became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and Zeb, yes, all their princes like Zebah and Zalmunna. So this tells me it's not a good idea to be on the opposite side of Israel, okay? And I'm not saying everything the government decides, but as far as God's heart for Israel. 12. Who said, let's take possession of God's pasture lands. My God, make them like the tumbleweed, like chaff before the wind, as the fire that burns the forest, as the flame that sets the mountains on fire. So pursue them with your tempest and terrify them with your storm. Fill their faces with confusion that they may seek your name, Yahweh. Let them be disappointed and dismayed forever. Let them be confounded and perish that they may know that you alone, whose name is Yahweh, are the Most High over the earth. Psalm 84 for the chief musician on an instrument of Gath, and that's Gath, a psalm by the sons of Korah. How lovely are your dwellings, Yahweh of armies! My soul longs and even faints for the courts of Yahweh. My heart and my flesh cry out for the living God. Yes, the sparrow has found a home, and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may have her young near your altars, Yahweh of armies, my King and my God. Blessed are those who dwell in your house. They are always praising you, Selah. Blessed are those whose strength is in you, who have set their hearts on a pilgrimage. Passing through the valley of weeping, they make it a place of springs. Yes, the autumn rain covers it with blessings. They go from strength to strength. Every one of them appears before God in Zion. Yahweh, God of armies, hear my prayer. Listen, God of Jacob, Selah. Behold, God, our shield. Look at the face of your anointed. For a day in your courts is better than 1,000. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. For Yahweh God is a sun and a shield. Yahweh will give grace and glory. He withholds no good thing from those who walk blamelessly. Yahweh of armies, blessed is the man who trusts in you. Psalm 85, last one for today. For the chief musician, a psalm by the sons of Korah. Yahweh, you have been favorable to your land. You have restored the fortunes of Jacob. You have forgiven the iniquity of your people. You have covered all their sin. Selah. That's pretty much what he's done for me right there. Amazing. And is still doing. Verse 3. You have taken away all your wrath. You have turned from the fierceness of your anger. Turn us, God of our salvation, and cause your indignation toward us to cease. Will you be angry with us forever? Will you draw out your anger to all generations? Won't you revive us again, that your people may rejoice in you? Show us your loving kindness, Yahweh. Grant us your salvation. I will hear what God Yahweh will speak, for he will speak peace to his people, his saints, but let them not turn again to folly. Surely his salvation is near to those who fear him, that glory may dwell in our land. Mercy and truth meet together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Truth springs out of the earth. Righteousness has looked down from heaven. Yes, Yahweh will give that which is good. Our land will yield its increase. Righteousness goes before him and prepares the way for his steps. That's it for today. Please feel free to give some of your thoughts and comments about some of those verses. I really like this last one. Righteousness goes before him and prepares the way for his steps. Do we want to walk in God's ways? Well, it says righteousness goes before him. We have to walk righteously, rightly related to him. I just love these verses. These 84 and 85 are two of my faves. So I encourage you to listen again, meditate on the word, ask God to reveal his truth to you. And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.